9-minute stations. We're coming up on 9 minutes till airtime on my mark. 9-minute stations, 9 minutes till airtime. Stations, 8 minutes to 8-minute stations, 8 minutes till airtime. 8 minutes on my mark. 8 minutes till airtime stations, 8 minutes till airtime. Seven minutes till airtime stations, 7 minutes till airtime on my mark. 7 minutes till airtime stations, 7 minutes till airtime. Mark, 6 minutes till airtime stations, 6 minutes till airtime. Minutes till airtime. Minutes till airtime stations, 4 minutes till airtime on my mark. 4 minutes till airtime stations, 4 minutes till airtime. Minutes till airtime stations, 3 minutes till airtime on my mark. 3 minutes till airtime stations. 3 minutes till airtime. Till airtime stations. 2 minutes till airtime. On my mark. Mark. 2 minutes till airtime stations. 2 minutes till airtime. Seconds on my mark. Mark. 30 seconds stations. "15 seconds till airtime stations on my mark. Mark. 15 seconds. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network. This is Carson-Newman basketball on the Eagles Sports Network.
Fine. Top of the key, three-pointers up, it's in! It's a 10-1 Carson-Newman scoring run.
We're getting you set for game day with the countdown to tip-off, powered by the Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Carson-Newman basketball is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, powering the Eagles and Mossy Creek. We're power with purpose. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing laser-focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, Jefferson City eats more chicken. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Kate Insurance Agency, insuring your future since 1959. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Let's go!
Now, here's your host, Michael Wattrain.
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to Holt Fieldhouse as we get set for tip-off. It's the Carson-Newman Lady Eagles taking on the Anderson Trojans here at Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman back in action after a week layoff. Last week, the Lady Eagles picked up a 64-55 win over the Newberry Wolves a week ago. These are the best two teams that the league has had to offer over the last 3 seasons. Carson-Newman and Anderson have combined for nearly 200 wins in that stretch. They've won 5 of the 6 trophies, be it regular season or SAC tournament titles. Lady Eagles with that region championship 3 years ago. And these two sides will get ready for in a battle of SAC supremacy here tonight. Different looking teams. These two teams are supposed to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Lady Eagles, in fact, practiced the morning prior to that, and then the entire country got flipped on its head. The entire world got flipped on its head while the pandemic continues to rage on and affect our lives. we're going to get able to play basketball tonight with different looking teams. Two of the best players in the league's history are not on the floor. Kayla Marisites for Carson-Newman, Alexi Mollenhauer for Anderson, but still should be a fun one between these two clubs here this evening. Skip Roberts is our producer in studio. I'm Michael Watchring. We're pleased to have you with us on this Wednesday evening as you listen to the AEC Countdown tip-off. AEC, service you can trust, value you can depend on, powering Mossy Creek. We're AEC, member-owned and service-driven. When we come back, I'll sit down and have a chat with Mike Mincy. Where's his team at after one of the lowest scoring efforts his team has put together inside of this gym, a place where they averaged 92 points per game over the last 3 years. He and I will have that conversation when we come back on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Our pregame conversation with head coach Mike Mincy heads your way in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
Since 1916, a lot of independent agents have recommended auto owners insurance, and a lot of parents have taken that recommendation to heart. So have a lot of their children, and grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. As we celebrate our first 100 years, Auto Owners Insurance thanks all those who have put their trust in us, and all the generations who will.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military. I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard, or thinking about it, that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your spectrum.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Time to check in with the Lady Eagles head coach. Here's Mike Mincy alongside the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Wattrang.
We're back inside of Holt Fieldhouse getting set for tip-off. It's the Lady Eagles of Carson-Newman and the Anderson Trojans getting set for tip with Mike Mincy. I'm Michael Wattrang here on the AEC Countdown to tip-off. Coach, just about 9 months ago, you were getting ready for a game much like this that eventually got canceled because of the coronavirus. Two different looking teams from what that would have been. Of course, two of the greatest players in SAC history aren't out there. And Alexi Mollenhauer for Anderson, Kayla Marisites for Carson-Newman. What does Anderson look like, not only without Mollenhauer, but without Madison Baggett?
Well, obviously they look different because we've seen those players for quite some time, and they brought a lot to the table for JB and Anderson. But, they're very athletic. They got three of the most athletic guards in our league, in my opinion. And obviously Taylor Hare's a very capable post player, has played well for a number of years now. And he's got depth. He's playing about 10 deep. And, I like his team. And they've grinded out some victories here these first 4 games. Obviously lost at Catawba, but the 3 games that they've won at home have somewhat been of a struggle, but they have a winning culture, and that's what they've continued to do.
You mentioned that winning culture. These are the best 2 teams in the league the last 3 years since Jonathan Barbary got to Anderson. It's basically you versus Anderson for that number 1 spot. You guys have been the most consistent over the last 3 years. Has this become maybe a little bit of a rivalry for you two schools?
In a different way than, obviously you would mention Tusculum or LMU being a rivalry because it's in state and it's a lot of the kids know each other and they're close by, whereas, there's only one Tennessee kid on the roster at Anderson. So, it's probably a competitive rivalry, but it's not the same kind of rivalry to where they kind of know each other and see each other at the mall or whatever. It's a kind of different thing. But we know that we've had some good success here of late from winning ball games, winning championships. So has Anderson, and I think our kids have always enjoyed playing against them because you're playing against top tier talent.
Speaking with Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy, getting set for tip-off. It's Carson-Newman and Anderson. You've lost the last 4 meetings to Anderson, but they have been nip and tuck. 1 by 3 points, 1 by 3 points, and 1 by 2 points in double overtime on that buzzer beater. They're a very physical team from the way that it stands. They have 5 players averaging more than 5 rebounds per game this season. They get to the free throw line a high frequent amount. What's it going to take for your team to match their physicality?
Well, we're going to have to do a lot better job than we did in our first outing against Newberry. I think we only had 31 rebounds, and we're still trying to make up for the deficit that and the hole that Kayla left from a rebounding perspective. But and I think we'll get there. But we've been preaching it that we need to be able to crash the glass. You're not going to make all your first shot opportunities. We need those second chances. We need to keep the other team off the glass. Obviously, they're very physical in terms of going to the glass. They do want to crash the boards. And it's just one of those keys of the game, like either get it done or you don't. If you don't get it done, it's going to be a struggle to win. If you get it done, you're going to give yourself a better opportunity to be successful. But it's just about getting a body on somebody, getting yourself in position. And, when you have an opportunity to go rebound, it's got to be with 2 hands and not 1.
They have 3 players averaging double figures this year. Jalen Sperlin leads the way with 14.5 points per game. She's 2 games with 20 or more points, 2 games in single digits. What is it about her that she's a little hot and cold to start the year?
Well, she's just really good at getting to the rim. She can obviously step back and hit jumpers, but if you allow her to get on your hip and get to the rim, she's going to be able to get there. And then when she gets to the rim, she's one of the best finishers that I've seen in our league with just her athletic ability. So you just got to try to keep her in front. But again, it's just if you start letting her get loose and get to the rim, then she's probably going to be able to put a big number on you. Not that we can necessarily get her stopped, but if you want to have a better chance of not having her go for 20, you're going to have to try to keep her outside the paint and make her take tough jump shots or something from behind the arc. But letting her get to the rim is not a recipe for success for Carson-Newman.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Michael.
That's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. We're back with the starters as Carson-Newman takes on Anderson at Holt Fieldhouse here on the AEC Countdown to Tip-Off on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC. We're power with purpose.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We're getting closer to tip-off.
Price picks it up, and Carson-Newman is the South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions.
More CN memories are headed your way on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The number one source for Carson-Newman athletics gear is ShopSeeAndEagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeAndEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse as we get set for tip-off. A reminder, Eagle fans, Domino's is the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. When you're hungry, reach for Domino's. Get a large one-topping pizza for $5.99 with your CNID. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. We're just about ready for tip-off here. Carson-Newman and Anderson. As I said, a lot is missing in terms of these two squads. Nearly 3,000 points for Anderson. And, of course, we mentioned the incredible Alexi Mullenhauer, but perhaps the best point guard in this league over the last 4 years, Madison Baggett. Boy, does he stuff the stat sheet. 1,100 points, 700-plus rebounds, 500-plus assists in her 4 years. She had a triple-double in this gym. I believe that was during her freshman year. Might have been her sophomore year. Can't remember the exact season, but still an incredible player. And this is how the starting lineups will look here tonight as we start with the Anderson Trojans at 3-1 on the year. It'll be a freshman from Yorkville, Illinois, Ashley Berry. She's 9th in the league in assists. A sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina, Mackenzie Gatson. She had the game-winning buzzer-beating 3 in this gym a year ago. A SAC honorable mention pick from a season ago, senior Taylor Hare. And a senior from Auburn, Alabama, Alexis Tate. Rounding out the starting 5, the team's leading scorer, a sophomore from Tampa, Jalen Sperlin. 15 points per game for her. For Carson-Newman, of course, just the one game in the back pocket. That win over Newberry last week. It'll be Harley Smith, Addison Bird, Braylon Weichel, and Lindsey Taylor all out there for the Lady Eagles. And the only difference in the starting lineup, Quay Hines will suit up in the starting lineup. She had the clutch three-pointer down the stretch as Carson-Newman was struggling to find the bottom of the barrel in the fourth period. Anderson, coached by Jonathan Barbary, 2 SAC regular season titles under his belt, 100 wins exactly in his career. Carson-Newman, coached by Mike Mincy, his 10th season, 182 wins for him in his tenure. When we come back, we'll have the play-by-play action. It's Carson-Newman, it's Anderson, coming up next on the Eagle Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
Okay, let's see. Carson-Newman University. It's been around since 1851. A beautiful campus, amazing student life, world-class accredited academics, competitive athletic programs, a Christian perspective, a top 10 best value school. They give $48 million in financial aid every year, and I get a free scholarship when I enroll. Looks like I've found the perfect place.
This is Carson-Newman Women's Basketball on the Eagle Sports Network.
Offensive rebound, Kayla Marisites puts a shot back up, off the glass and in.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, Domino's, the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, by ShopCNEagles.com, by the Cade Insurance Agency, the Eagle Club, the Bible Insurance Agency, by Pepsi, the Tennessee National Guard, by Magaha Electric, InterDigital, and by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watran.
We're back at Holt Fieldhouse. It's Carson-Newman, it's Anderson getting ready for tip-off. Glad you're with us. Glad you could find us here this evening. Carson-Newman getting ready to take on the Anderson Trojans for the 26th time. Carson-Newman leads 13-12 in the all-time series, but they've lost 4 straight. Last time they won one of those matchups, the 2018 opening round of the NCAA tournament, of course, closing that game strong behind a clutch 3 from Brianna Smith en route to a region championship and an appearance in the Elite 8. Let's take a look at today's uniform rundown today, brought to you by Lisa's Country Kitchen. Get the best home-cooked meals the Lakeway region can offer. That's Lisa's Country Kitchen, the official restaurant of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Carson-Newman decked out in those retro-looking all-white uniform tops and bottoms. The orange navy pattern around the collars and the waistbands. Carson written on top of the number, Newman on the bottom, written in navy with orange trim. Numbers on the front and the back, written in orange with navy trim, big bold lettering with a CN logo, the block CN logo on the outside of the shorts, about thigh high for these two for Carson-Newman rather. Anderson on the other side, they're decked out in the road black jerseys. Trojans on the chest, numbers on the front and the back, written in gold with white trim, and a little bit of gold and white accents around the collars and the bottom of the shorts for Anderson. Once again, the 5 for the Trojans, it's Barry, Gadsden, Hare, Tate, and Sperlin. For Carson-Newman, Smith, Bird, Weichel, Hines, and Taylor, the 5 for the Lady Eagles. We're ready for action here. Glad you're with us. It's Hare and Taylor in the center circle for the opening tap. Officials there. Left hand throws it into the air. It spikes off of two bodies, and it's Sperlin for Anderson that gains the tip. Coming left to right against man-to-man defense, it's the freshman Barry controlling the ball. She dribbles left, tosses it out Sperlin. She dribbles left baseline, shoots a fall-away shot with a right hand on the left block and gets it to drop through, and Carson-Newman faces its first deficit of the year, 2-0, 20 seconds into the game. Weichel dribbling around to screen left, bounces it to Hines, the junior, right wing. Now the senior, Bird, tries to loft it inside from the right elbow to Taylor, and it's intercepted by Taylor Hare of Anderson. Trojans with the first 2 points of the game, half minute in, they have the basketball. Hare, right point, looking underneath, lobbing it underneath. Alexis Tate catches on the left block against Harley Smith. Help defense was a tad late. She puts it in off glass with the right hand, and Anderson scored the first 4 points of the game. 9:09 to go, first period. Bird with a basketball for CN, looks underneath, throws it to Taylor, and draws a foul on Jalen Sperlin. First on Sperlin on the first whistle of the game for either side. And Carson-Newman will get the ball on the baseline, 57 seconds in, down 4-0, looking for their first points of the basketball game. Weichel to trigger it in. She lobs it over to the right corner, and Quay Hines. Hines to the high post. Bird, turn and shoot jumper from the right elbow, drains it. And Carson-Newman breaks the seal on the scoreboard. It's 4-2, 8:50 to go in the first period. Barry gives Tate for Anderson, top of the key. Tate dribbles right, passes back out, Barry right corner. Barry dribbles left. 17 and 16 to shoot for Anderson as Tate catches right wing. Lobs underneath for Hare. Right hand fall away shot, too strong off the glass, and Hines with the rebound on the left block. Here comes Carson-Newman down by 2, 90 seconds in. Weichel, the all-region pick on the right wing. Dribbles towards the right corner, still possesses it, now pulls up for a 15-foot jump shot that's too strong, and it's Jalen Sperlin for Anderson that snatches down the rebound on the left block. Here come the Trojans, left to right, sprinting front court. Gadsden stops, passes it out for Sperlin. She dribbles around. Hines to the right block, is able to adjust her body and scoop it in with the right hand off the glass. 6-2, Anderson's lead, 2 minutes into the ball game. Carson-Newman with the basketball, down 4. Bird left wing, throws it underneath. Taylor, great catch on the left block, but she missed the layup. I don't know if Hare got a piece of it or not, but Taylor couldn't cash in the layup. 7:50 to go in the first period. Gadsden on the left block for Anderson has her shot blocked by Hines, and Taylor comes away with it. Carson-Newman ball, down 4, 7:40 to go first period. 6-2 Anderson. CN basketball, Weichel with it, left point. She had 30 against Anderson here last year. Gives it over Smith, right point 3, too strong. Offensive rebound, Addison Bird. One dribble, fall away shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Smith. Kick out Bird, left wing. Carson-Newman recycles with 15 on the shot clock, and Weichel has it top of the key. Crosses over right to left, pulls in for a 3, and she drains it. One of the top three-point shooters in the country as a freshman. The sophomore has her first of this season. 6-5 the score. Anderson on top of the rock, 3 minutes into the game. Gadsden left wing. Uses a screen. Hines is able to shut her down. Now steps back for a three-pointer that's too strong. Rebound to Weichel of Carson-Newman. Down 1, looking for their first lead. Weichel sprinting, splitting a double team to the right block, and a strong take by the sophomore. And Carson-Newman has its first lead thanks to a 5-0 burst. 7-6, see it on top, 6:40 to go first period. Barry has it left wing, uses his screen from Hare, stops top of the key, goes behind the back and hands off to Tate. Left point 3, off left-hand side, rebound to Lindsay Taylor, left block. Taylor trying to pass it out is fouled by Mackenzie Gatson. Her first, team second, and with 6:27 to go in the first, it's 7-6 CN. Lady Eagles and Trojans, both 3 of 7 from the field so far. Carson-Newman controlling the glass, though. 6-2 in that category, and Anderson came in second in the league in terms of rebounding. 6:20 to go first period. Lady Eagles on top by 1, and they have the ball. Bird, left point, catch and shoot. 3, she drains it. Addison Bird connects from long range. Carson-Newman's had 2. They have an 8-0 scoring run. 10-6 is the lead with 6:08 to go first period. Lady Eagles only hit 4 3-pointers in this gym last week, and they were second in the country in the category last year. Anderson ball, Tate top of the key, gives over Barry right wing, 12 to shoot. Barry kicks it left wing, and Gadsden will dribble. Thought about a step back. 6 on the shot clock, and she passes out Barry. Barry heaves a runner up on the right side of the lane that misses short, and Weichel with a rebound. She sprints front court. Carson-Newman with the lead on an 8-0 run. Weichel on the right elbow, bounces it underneath for Taylor, spins into the lane, misses a left-hand hook shot short, and the rebound to Taylor Hare. 10-6, Carson-Newman on top. Anderson with the basketball, though, with 5.5 to go in the first period. Hare a catch and shoot 3 from the top of the key, misses too strong, and a great box out from Harley Smith, who snatches it down and now sprints front court. Carson-Newman ball basically midway through the first period here. Bird has it top of the key, gives to Smith left wing, dumps it underneath for Hines. She buried Barry, misses her first attempt, but gets it back and sticks it in. 10-0 scoring run for Carson-Newman over the last 2.5 minutes. Sperlin the other way for Anderson. Her shot is blocked by Taylor, and they're going to call the foul on Carson-Newman's sophomore transfer. But the Lady Eagles are rolling right now. A 10-0 scoring run. Anderson hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. And with the Lady Eagles surging to a 12-6 lead, we step out for our first break. Midway through the first period here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
It was a sluggish start for Carson-Newman, but they have hit their stride. A 10-0 scoring run in the last 2 minutes and 21 seconds. They have limited Anderson without a point over the last 3+ minutes, and the lead stands at 12-6 with 4:58 to go in the first period. Anderson will get free throws, however. Jalen Sperlin will be at the line. She's third in the league in terms of free throw attempts and free throws made this year, but converts at just a 60% clip. The right-hander puts the first shot on the way, misses it wide left, and she'll get another. The Cade Insurance Agency is one of the oldest and most experienced in the Lakeway region. Visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com or call 865-475-3391 for a quote today. Sperlin misses the second foul shot, but Carson-Newman commits a lane violation. It's Addison Bird that was in too early. And Sperlin will get a third go at it here, trying to snap a 3-minute and 12-second scoring drought for Anderson. Sperlin's third of these opportunities gets that one to go, and it's a 12-7 game. So for the time being, the scoring drought has been snapped. Carson-Newman ball ahead by 5. Hines and Bird and Weichel run the weave, top of the key. Weichel off of his screen, stopping from the left elbow for a jump shot that's wide right. Rebound is spiked around. Bird had a hand on it. It trickles out to the top of the key. Lady Eagles had begun to retreat, and it's picked up by Gadsden of Anderson. And here come the Trojans, down 5. 4.5 to go first period. Carson-Newman on defense, trying to lock up this Trojans team that is 9th in the league in field goal percentage. Sperlin, a tough fall-away jumper from the right side of the lane, misses short. Bird with a rebound. Ahead to Hines, she lobs underneath for Smith, cutting to the right block. Left-hand baseball pass out top, looking for Bird. It's deflected by Sperlin. She dribbles to the right block and puts in a right-hand layup off the window. She beat Bird to it, and that trims the deficit to 3 at 12-9. Carson-Newman ball, 4 minutes to go in the first frame. Left-hand side, Bird lobbing underneath. Taylor with a tough catch. She has to save it back in, and Carson-Newman commits its third turnover. Gadsden will sprint the other way. To the right block, put one in off the glass, plus she draws a foul. Well, that's been Carson-Newman's biggest problem. When they have limited Anderson to half-court offense, Anderson has been awfully stagnant. But their ability to run and use their athleticism, Carson-Newman has not had an answer. And Gadsden will get to the free throw line. She's first in the league in terms of free throws made and free throws attempted. Abby Wilson is off of the bench, along with Taylor Goforth in the Carson-Newman debut of Skylar Boshiers, the Furman transfer, out there with Weichel and Taylor now for Carson-Newman. Gadsden trying to tie the score, cannot with a missed foul shot, but nearly an offensive rebound by Tate is tapped around before it's picked up by Weichel. Carson-Newman ahead by 1. Weichel dribbling to the right block and drawing the foul on Gadsden. And if it is on Gadsden, and confirm that it is, that is Gadsden's second personal foul. So Gadsden has picked up her second with 3:41 to go in the first period, and Carson-Newman ahead by 1. Weichel to inbound the ball on the baseline to the left facing the rim. Looking for Wilson cutting in. Now will bounce it out to the right corner, Goforth. Handoff right back to Weichel. Now Boshiers, her first offensive touch in this gym. Gives it over Weichel right wing. Weichel around to screen left. Stopping top of the key. Gets past Gadsden to the right block. Puts a tough shot up. She missed it. Thought she got fouled. It goes through the hands of Goforth and into Barry's paws. Anderson ball. 3:20 to go first period. Down 1, 12-11. Barry top of the key. Will dribble left. Stop there. And give back Sperlin, the team's leading scorer left wing. Sperlin, a step-back jumper from the left baseline. Just short. Offensive rebound. Tate, she spins in. Taylor was there, but she was the only defender there as Tate picks out Hare for a right-hand layup, and Anderson is back on top thanks to a 7-0 scoring run. 13-12, Anderson on top. Taylor quickly gets a post touch underneath. She's out of control, and Anderson fouls her. Taylor was falling to the deck as she was trying to go over that right shoulder for a left-hand hook shot. Instead, it's a foul on Tate, who has picked up her first. And Taylor's to the line where she was just 2 of 7 in the opener. Gadsden and Tate are out, and we see the first of Brittany Bailey and Jemiah Cutter for Anderson. So 2 shots here from Lindsay Taylor. 12 points, 9 rebounds in her debut. First foul shot is short. A little low-line drive, tries to get that arc on it with this second opportunity. Trying to end a scoring drought for Carson-Newman that's 2.25 minutes long. She nearly banked in the second one and missed it too strong. And the rebound to Anderson. So Carson-Newman leaving chances at the free throw line early. Down by 1 now as Anderson has responded with 7 unanswered. At the high post, it's Bailey. She has it stripped out of her hands and off of her left leg. And a turnover for the Trojans. It's their first. Sydney Pierce replaces Lindsay Taylor in Carson-Newman's lineup. And with a score at 13-12, Anderson on top with 2:41 to go in the first. It's Carson-Newman ball. Lady Eagles produced their lowest scoring home game last week in 61 affairs since the 2016 season. Boshiers has it left wing. She dribbles around to screen right, lobs it back, Goforth in the left corner. 16 to shoot as it comes out, Boshiers. She dribbles to the paint, little right hand teardrop is in. And the first career points for Skylar Boshiers. Drops through and then a turnover. Wilson, the only person pressuring in the backcourt, picks it up on the right wing, and CN will get a chance for a 2-for-1 possession. Wilson on the right-hand side will dribble back left hand off Weichel. She steps in. That is a deep 3. She drills it. That was from way out there, 5 feet beyond the arc. And Carson-Newman gets 5 points in one blink of an eye. 17-13, CN on top. 1:50 to go in the first. Weichel already triggering from long range. Barry with a great bounce pass to Hare on the left block. She had her shot blocked, then tries to pass it out. It's intercepted by Weichel. Ahead to Goforth. Extra pass to Wilson, right block, and she misses the layup. That's where she missed one last week. Here comes Sperlin with numbers the other way. Over to Hare, left-hand side. She misses a shot too strong. Boshiers with the rebound. Anderson and Carson-Newman both above 40% in this game, but they have missed some easy looks. 80 seconds to go first period. Carson-Newman leads 17-13. They have the ball. Weichel with 8. Bounces over Goforth, left elbow. Back to Weichel. Around a defender to the left block and has a shot blocked by Taylor Hare, who entered this game 4th in the league in terms of blocks with 5. Now with 1:08 to go in the first, 10 on the shot clock. It's a 17-13 Carson-Newman lead. As they correct the shot clock now to 12 seconds. And the inbound from Boshiers on the baseline. Lobs out towards the top of the key, and it comes out to Weichel. 10 on the shot clock as she dribbles right-hand side. 8 and 7. 2 screens to her left, uses them both. Now sprints down the left side of the lane before a step-back jumper that is partially blocked, but the reason why it was because Cutter caught her on the hand. And a foul sends Weichel to the line. She was 6 of 8 there in the debut last week. Half a second, under a minute to go here in the first in a 17-13 Carson-Newman lead. Weichel to get 2 foul shots. First one is up there, and that's too strong. Eagle fans, stop by the official online store of Carson-Newman Athletics, shopseeingeagles.com, featuring more than 1,100 products. That's where you can get your Christmas gifts this season at shopseeingeagles.com. Weichel makes the second foul shot. Lady Eagles have scored 6 unanswered points, and they lead at 18-13 with 50 seconds to go in the first period. Cutter dribbling to the free throw line. Nice, nifty dribbling, but throws it away as it's intercepted by Boshiers. Lobs forward for Weichel. One-on-one against Barry. To the right block. Right-hand layup off the glass. She has 11 of the team's 20 in the first period. And the all-region pick anchoring Carson-Newman's 8-0 run. The other way, Barry gets to the right block. Throws it underneath for Hare on the left block, who scoops in the layup. So it was a 10-0 Carson-Newman run to a 7-0 Anderson run, to an 8-0 Carson-Newman run, and with a quarter minute to go in the first, it's 20-15, Carson-Newman on top. 13 and 12, Weichel controlling in the white unis for CN. 9 and 8, Pierce is up there to set a screen. 7 and 6, Weichel evades the pressure, gets to the right block, misses a shot, but a foul is whistled with 2.5 seconds to go in the period, and Cutter has picked up her second personal foul. It has been a dynamic first period for Braylon Weichel. 11 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist for Braylon. 2 foul shots coming here for the sophomore. First one is up there, it's in. Make it an even dozen after she dropped 20 in the opener. 6-point game and 1 more for Weichel. It's up there, that's in. It's a 7-point game, and with 2 seconds left, Barry gets it in from the half-court stripe. It will not count as the officials wave it off, and that's how the period comes to a close. So Carson-Newman leads by 7 after the opening 10 minutes of play. And the Lady Eagles able to use strong shooting from Braylon Weichel. 13 points from the SAC Freshman of the Year. Has the Lady Eagles on top by 7. Come back. Join us for this battle between Carson-Newman and Anderson next on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Back at Holt Fieldhouse, Carson-Newman in a first quarter of runs. Lady Eagles had a 10-0 and an 8-0 run, while Anderson had a 7-0 run in the opening 10 minutes. And it'll be Carson-Newman with a basketball to start off the second. Lady Eagles looking to snap a 4-game skid to the Trojans. Weichel out there for CN will hand off to Wilson ahead by 7. Carson-Newman ball. Running the weave, it's Weichel. Stepping into a 3 from the right point. Misses it off the right-hand side of the rim. Sperlin with a rebound for Anderson. And 15 seconds in, a rare miss from Weichel early. 22-15, CN on top of the Trojans. Been some nip and tuck games over the last couple of years. 3 of the last 4 decided by 1 possession. Bailey on the left elbow, pulls up for a jumper, and it's Brittany Bailey that connects all cords. That ends a nice little sequence by Carson-Newman, a 10-2 run. Boshear's left wing will dribble around a screen, throw it inside looking for Bird, and it's deflected out of play by Sperlin of Anderson. 22-17, Carson-Newman on top of Anderson, and Taylor is back in replacing Sydney Pierce after the brief respite. Just 2 rebounds for Taylor so far. Wilson to inbound, bounces it to Bird, left wing. Bird gives right back for Wilson in the left corner, throws it back out Bird. Now Boshear's right point, to the right wing, and Weichel. Weichel to the left wing, Bird steps into a 3-pointer, drills it. Addison Bird with her second 3-pointer. She's got 8 now. She and Weichel, the 2 preseason all-conference picks, have combined for 21 of the team's 25. 25-17, CN's lead, 8:50 to go in the first half. Left wing, it's Caitlin Bailey giving to Brittany Bailey. Looking underneath, spinning around and giving it over the right-hand side. Throwing it inside is Barry. Looking for Taylor Hare, and it's right through the hands of Hare and out of bounds. And Carson-Newman gets the ball back as Weichel gets a well-deserved break. Quay Hines replaces her in Carson-Newman's lineup. Hines will run the point guard spot as she got her start here this evening. 8-point Carson-Newman lead, 25-17, 90 seconds into the second stanza. Hines dribbling to the left block, tries to put a shot up, and it's deflected out of bounds off of Anderson. Carson-Newman will maintain possession with 20 on the shot clock. 8-point Carson-Newman lead. Boshear's to inbound, gives it right to Hines in the left corner. Hines out top, Bird. Bird throws it underneath for Taylor. Taylor setting up the defender on the left block, can't get it to go, but does draw the foul on Samantha Michelle, her first on the senior, and a transfer from Northeastern. And Taylor back to the free throw line where she missed 2 free throws in the first, and she misses this one. Just looks really uncomfortable at the line right now. Cannot convert from there. Lady Eagles now 3 of 7 at the free throw line, and they were one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country last year. Taylor to get one more in an 8-point game. This one off the left-hand side, so she's missed all 4 of her free throws. She's now 2 of 11 at the line this season. 25-17, Carson-Newman on top of Anderson. Trojan basketball. Top of the key, it's in the hands. Michelle, she wants a 3-pointer straight away. Nearly gets a friendly roll. It's deflected out off the front of the rim and picked up by Lindsay Taylor. She'll take that rebound all day long. Abby Wilson across the timeline. Carson-Newman looks to get the scoring going in their direction again and open one out. Left-hand side, Bird lobs underneath for a cutting Hines, who misses a layup. Carson-Newman has missed 2 layups in this game. Barry into the front court. She trips. I don't know if it was on Hines' shoe or a teammate's shoe. It might have been Sperlin of Anderson. But she's fortunately for Anderson able to pick it back up. 15 to shoot. Sperlin dribbling right-hand side. Shut down by Boshears. A step-back fall-away jumper. Rattles out. Good defense by Boshears. And Hines with a rebound. CN ahead by 8. They have the rock. Hines on the right point. 25-17 the lead. The left-hand side, Boshears in the white unis. Dribbling to the paint. Right-hand runner. Too strong. And a foul will be whistled here. And it should go on Lindsay Taylor, and indeed it will. And Taylor has picked up her second personal foul. Carson-Newman has only committed 3 fouls. 2 have been by Taylor. 25-17, Carson-Newman on top of Anderson, looking to snap a 4-game skid to the Trojans. And hand Anderson its second loss of the season. 8-point game. Trojans haven't scored in over 2 minutes. Into the front court comes Barry for the all-black uniformed Trojans. Barry picks up her dribble, throws it, and fortunately for her, Caitlin Bailey was open. Bailey gets to the right-hand side, gets to the right block, a fall-away shot as she's going towards the end line, gets through the nylon. 6-point Carson-Newman lead. Bird the other way, stopping, popping, top of the key. That was Swift and quick. 10 now for Bird, the senior on fire. 8-point game, 27-19. 6:40 to go first half. Left corner, Bailey thought about a three for Anderson. Gives underneath. Michelle, touch pass out. Left wing, Barry three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound, poked out of bounds by Bailey of Anderson in the corner. And it's Carson-Newman ball. Braylon Weichel will come in. She replaces Abby Wilson in Carson-Newman's lineup. And with Carson-Newman holding an 8-point lead, this has been their largest of the day. Can they get into double figures on this trip? Weichel right to left across the timeline, dribbles to the right wing. Katie Bean in the game. Screens for Weichel to the free throw line. Bounces over Bean. Kick out Bird. Bird kicks it back out looking for Weichel. She has to track it down at the midcourt stripe. Saving it just in time. 10 to shoot. Weichel to the right wing. Lobs underneath for Bean. 7 to shoot. Bean puts up a shot. That's short. And the rebound to Bailey. Not a great offensive possession by the Lady Eagles on that time around. 27-19. Carson-Newman on top of Anderson. Trojans with the ball. Sperlin a free throw line jump shot. That's short. And Sperlin has picked up her second personal foul. So the second on Sperlin, the team's leading scorer. And into the game comes Brittany Bailey. And it looks like Gadsden will come in with her 2 personal fouls and replace Sperlin. So Carson-Newman on top by 8. Can they get their first double-digit lead of the ball game on this trip? 5:50 to go in the first half. CN 27, Anderson 19. Carson-Newman ball. Bean on the left wing. Gives to Hines. Hines back to Bean. Bean to the left elbow. Bird a jump shot. The toilet bowl's out left-hand side. And the rebound into the hands of Michelle of Anderson. Trojans sprinting left to right against man-to-man defense. Barry has it left wing. Setting up the offense for Anderson. Barry to the right block. Tries to heave one at the rim. It hits the backboard and falls into the hands of Brittany Bailey on the left block. She was unmarked and easily sticks it off the glass and in. 6-point game. Weichel the other way to the left block. Throws it back out Bird. Carson-Newman ball underneath looking for Bean. And we get a whistle and a foul on Michelle as she was all over the back of Katie Bean. And Michelle has picked up her second personal foul. 5:07 to go in the first half. 20 on the shot clock. Carson-Newman, they've had these little surges at the beginning of the year. Just 5 points so far. Inbound lobbed back, and it's Smith that catches it between the rings. Carson-Newman ball. Smith spinning to the paint. To the left block. Left-hand shot. Finds the glass and drops through the nylon. Plus she draws the foul. That was a great take by Harley Smith, using that spin move and then able to kiss one off the window. The foul goes on Michelle, and that is her 3rd personal foul. And the team's 4th. Smith lost the contact, and being the pro that she is, stuck it right back into her eye, and now she's at the free throw line. The left-hander puts it up, misses it. Rattled out left-hand side, and Carson-Newman continues to struggle at the line, but Hines with the offensive rebound in the left corner. She dribbles out of pressure, throws it to the right corner, and Bird, she loses her dribble. Ball is loose in the middle of the air in the paint, and it's picked up by Bailey of Anderson. Now Ashley Berry will set up the offense in an 8-point game. Carson-Newman on top, 4:40 to go in the second. Carson-Newman is 3 for 9 at the free throw line. On the right block, it's Bailey catching a pass from Tate, sheds a defender, and sticks in a layup off the glass. 29-23, Carson-Newman on top with the ball. 4.5 to go in the second. Hines on the right side, throws it out Weichel. Weichel crossover right to left, gets down the left side of the lane, stops, ball fakes, kicks it out for Bean. Bean will step into a jumper. That's too strong, and the rebound into Bailey's hands. And here comes Anderson, left to right. Carson-Newman has just not been able to pull away. Lob underneath from Gadsden is well over the head of Tate and into the hands of Hines. Turnover for Anderson, their 6th. Hines, cross-court pass, right to left, left corner. Bird a three-pointer, halfway down and out. Rebound into Bailey's hands of Anderson. Here come the Trojans, left to right. Bailey to the paint, has her dribble elude her. It's deflected out to Gadsden. Now Anderson will reset the offense. 18 on the shot clock, 3:40 on the second quarter game clock. Barry around the screen right, throws it to the corner. Gadsden right corner 3, too strong. Offensive rebound, Barry. It's deflected out of her hands. Bird collects, throws it forward for Weichel. Weichel one-on-one against Gadsden. Steps back for an elbow jump shot that's too strong, and the rebound deflects out of bounds off of Anderson, and it'll be Carson-Newman basketball when we come back. Lady Eagles have had chances to pull away. They've missed 6 foul shots. They've missed a couple layups, but the lead is 29-23. 3:20 to go in the first half. Can Carson-Newman use a surge? When we come back, we'll find out on the Eagles Sports Network.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard. At the Cate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Cate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Cate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Cate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit CateInsuranceAgency.com.
Anderson has scored 22 of its 23 points in the paint in this game, doing exactly what you think that they would be doing. Carson-Newman ahead by 6, 29-23, 3:21 to go in the first half. Braylon Weichel to inbound the ball for Carson-Newman. Lady Eagles have led by 8 on a multitude of occasions, just haven't been able to pull away. Top of the key, Weichel dribbles left, gets shut down by Barry, throws back out Smith. Smith with a right-hand dribble to the right block, right-hand layup, driving off the glass. And in, Harley Smith with 4. She's had a strong first half all around. The lead is back to that magic number of 8. 31-23, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Left wing, it's Gadsden. Out top, Tate. To the right wing and Barry. Anderson is trying to go inside. They will refuse to shoot the 3 right now. Entry pass underneath for Gadsden goes through her hands. Out of bounds. That's the second time from a player you wouldn't expect. It goes through their hands and out of bounds. Turnover number 7 for Anderson. 31-23. Carson-Newman on top. 2:50 to go first half. Weichel doesn't hand the ball off to Boshiers. Instead gets to the right block with a little hesitation, and she drops it in off the glass. 15 now for Braylon Weichel, and the lead finally reaches double figures. 12th straight game, Carson-Newman is led by double digits. Bailey, right-hand side, shoves off of Boshiers. Ball fakes. Kicks out. Bailey. It's Brittany Bailey banking in a three-pointer from the right wing. Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and Bailey clanged that one off the window. 33-26. Smith with it for Carson-Newman. Gets to the paint, spins around, and then just throws up a prayer that's too strong. Rebound to Barry. Gives it forward for Gadsden. Gadsden stopping, giving it back out Barry. 33-26. Carson-Newman leads. Anderson has the ball. 2 minutes to go in the second period. Caitlin Bailey gives it to Gadsden. Now Brittany Bailey down the right side of the lane. Uses the glass. Doesn't get it to drop. Rebound pinballs around before it's picked up by Boshiers on the left block of Carson-Newman. Here come the Lady Eagles. Boshiers hands off. Smith, right wing. Three-pointers up. It's in. Boshiers picked her out. Smith has 7. Carson-Newman back on top by 10. 36-26. 90 seconds to go. I'm sure if you're Carson-Newman right now, you want to have a double-digit lead going to the break. Anderson will try to put a dent into that here. Underneath it goes. In and out of the hands of Brittany Bailey. I think it actually hit her in the face. Couldn't handle the pass. Boshiers picks it up for Carson-Newman. She gets to the front court. Spins around. Misses a layup underneath the rim, and it picks up by Smith. Smith looks underneath for Pierce. Pierce can't handle the original pass. Picks it up. Throws it to the corner. Boshiers. Boshiers gets to the right block and draws a foul on Caitlin Bailey. Pardon me. And it will be free throws coming here for Skylar Boshiers. Boshiers, really her first extended minutes in 2 years. Played just 2 games at Furman a year ago. And in this game, she's already dropped in a deuce, has a couple rebounds and 2 assists. Her first free throw is too strong, and she gets another. Actually, they call a lane violation, I believe, on Carson-Newman. it'll be another here for Boshiers. Just been a miserable start at the free throw line. 3 for 9. Second one from Boshiers. Gets a friendly roll. And the lead is 2-11 for the first time in the game, 37-26. Zan Rowland comes into the game, the sophomore from Piedmont, South Carolina. She's a three-point shooter. All but 5 of her attempts this year have come from long range. 37-26, Carson-Newman on top. Under a minute to go in the first half. Barry on the left wing, uses his screen, sprints around it, kicks it to the corner. Rowland, top of the key, in and out of the hands, and picked up by Addison Bird as Wilson couldn't handle it. Nalia Wilson couldn't handle the pass in her first action. 36 seconds to go in the first half. Carson-Newman ahead by 11 with the ball. Bird, top of the key, gives over Boshiers. Now left wing, go forth. Top of the key, Pierce. 13 to shoot. Back, go forth, left wing. Dribbles, hands off Pierce. Now gives Weichel. Weichel to her left. Now sprints to the left side of the lane. Hesitates. Gets underneath the bucket. Throws it out. Go for it. 2 on the shot clock. Pierce catches. Gets it off in time. Just beat the shot clock as it kisses the window and goes in. 13-point lead. 6 seconds left in the first half. Barry sprinting to the front court, and a foul is whistled. We're going to get a tripping foul. And it's going on 11, Braylon Weichel. And they called it on the floor, and that's certainly fortuitous for Carson-Newman. They had fouls to give, but it does give Anderson a chance to set something up here before the break. 2.7 to go in the first half, and the inbound will come here from the Trojans on the baseline. The official blows his whistle. There's nobody to throw it in. Now Rowland picks it up. Rowland looking, throws it to the left corner. Barry catches, shoots it, rattles out. Boshiers the rebound, and that's how the period comes to a close. That's a strong finish from Carson-Newman in the period. Lady Eagles score 12 of the last 17 points of the first half and have their largest lead of the day. It sits at 39-26 at the break. Lady Eagles held Anderson scoreless in the final 2.5 minutes of the first half. Well, it's been an entertaining first 20 minutes. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half stats, unpack those. We'll also look around the rest of the league. There's a lot of games that have been either postponed or canceled around the league, but we'll update you on some of the finals. This is the only game in action across both genders tonight. That comes your way when we return as Lady Eagles lead at 39-26 at halftime on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeAndEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and don't waste more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeAndEagles.com. Visit today.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser-focused on your success.
It's halftime. We'll head back to the arena for the ShopSeeAndEagles.com halftime report in just 60 seconds on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose. It's halftime. Stats, a check of the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard. And interviews are all headed your way.
Dribbles to the right block, right hand scoop layup off the glass and in, and Carson-Newman is on a run.
But now, here's the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Wattrey.
We're back to Holt Fieldhouse as Carson-Newman has a 13-point lead at the break. It was a really nice close to the first half for Carson-Newman in this contest. Lady Eagles were able to utilize a nice closing effort. They got 15 points from Braylon Weichel in the first half. 5 rebounds, 3 assists as well. She's 1 rebound shy already of her career high. Addison Bird had 10 points, and the Lady Eagles were able to do a really nice job. They made 5 of 8 from long range as well in that first half of basketball. Let's take a look at the stats in this ball game, and the stats today are brought to you by McGaha Electric. Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, McGaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Visit McGahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. McGaha Electric is your East Tennessee electrical contracting source. Carson-Newman 15 of 36 from the field, 42%. 5 of 8 from the three-point line, 63%. And 4 of 11 at the free throw line, 36%. And as much as I know Mike Mincy, that is an unacceptable figure. I always talk about how, yeah, you want to make all 7, but even if you just make half, 3 or 4 of those, you're talking about a 16 to 17-point lead at halftime and a chance to put this game away in the first half. Instead, it's just a 13-point margin. Anderson on the other side, 12 of 30 from the field, but they are 11 of 23 from inside of the arc. That's obviously a huge difference. They're 1 of 7 from long range and 1 of 3 at the free throw line. For a team that likes to get to the line, they are a team that is very aggressive. They average 27 free throw attempts per ball game. That's number 1 in the SAC. But so far, only Sperlin has been there 3 times, although Anderson has been saddled with foul trouble, 4 with at least 2. 7 points from Sperlin. She leads the way with 3 rebounds and 2 steals as well. 4 from Taylor Hare. How about Brittany Bailey off the bench? 9 points, 3 rebounds. She came into today averaging 6 and 6, so she's been solid this year, but already well above her marks offensively in this game. I mentioned the 2 standouts for Carson-Newman and Weichel and Bird. Harley Smith has chipped in 7 and 12 quality minutes for the Lady Eagles. 3 from Skylar Boshiers, who has stuffed the stat sheet. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals for the Furman transfer. Pierce and Quay Hines each have a deuce as well. And how about Hines' stat line? 4 boards, an assist, a block, a steal in 11 minutes. And that's exactly what you expect from Quay. 22-18, Anderson leads in the paint. And 11-5 off the pine for the Trojans. Carson-Newman leads in terms of points off turnovers, 14-8. Second chance points, 9-4. And 11-6 on fast break points. Carson-Newman has led for nearly 16 minutes in this game, thanks to that nice 10-0 scoring run in the first period. Well, we've played 20 minutes. Other schools have already played their full allotment of games. We'll update you on the scores from around the rest of the South Atlantic Conference. Here inside of Holt Fieldhouse, it's 39-26. See it on top at halftime on the Eagle Sports Network.
I joined the Guard for the simple fact that I could be home and also in the military. So I can have a civilian job and also in the military.
Final!
I would tell somebody who's trying to join the Guard, or thinking about it, that it's a great opportunity. Opportunities for school, training, discipline, leadership. There's a lot of opportunities. It broadens your spectrum.
Text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. A check of the ShopCNEagles.com sack scoreboard is next. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman bookstore.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
The Eagles Sports Network is part of SAC Live, the official digital network of the South Atlantic Conference. SAC Live is the home of all your South Atlantic Conference sports action, including 20 SAC championships. Time to get caught up with some SACtion. Here are the happenings around the South Atlantic Conference and the nation. Let's go around the league with a ShopSeeingEagles.com scoreboard update. Now back to the arena.
Back at the arena where Carson-Newman leads 39-26 over the Anderson Trojans. And we take a look at finals from today. Newberry took on Western Carolina on the road. They fell into a big deficit early and never could overcome it. 63-44. It was Western Carolina picking up the victory. Courtney Virgo did have 15 points and 9 rebounds. Erica Wisely picked up 10 points as well, but Newberry fell by 19 points. Tusculum remained unbeaten. They are now 5-0 to begin the year, thanks to a 70-46 throttling of Carson-Newman's next opponent, Limestone. Maddie Sutton, who's having a monster season, had 8 points and 17 rebounds. She added 5 assists and 3 steals. The only knock on her game today, 7 turnovers, but when you collect 17 rebounds, you can probably have as many turnovers as you'd like. That's a heck of an effort from Maddie Sutton in the game. Maya Belton had a dozen, as did Aaliyah Miller. Marta Rodriguez stuffed the stat sheet. She had 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. Brianna Dixon led the way with 15 points. For Limestone, a team that has been trying to find some of its scoring. They were led by Reagan McCrae. She had 21 points. Nobody else on the team had more than 6 in the game for Limestone. The men's game that ended today, it was Mars Hill getting thrashed by Radford, 98-50. Radford put 5 players in double figures, and the leading scorer for Mars Hill was Isaiah Johnson. Scores from earlier this week, Mars Hill and Queens finally played their first games of the year, and Mars Hill beat Queens 83-78 behind 33 points and 15 rebounds from Deja Marshall. She added 5 steals and 3 assists. 3 players scored 20 for Queens. Christy Hamzy with 23, Kalea Hall had 21, and Christian Eanes had 21 for Queens in a 5-point loss. And Limestone earlier this week did beat Lenore Rhine 75-40. Those are scores from around the league. When we come back, we'll have the second half action. Carson-Newman leads 39-26 at the break here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We've got a quality contractor network, easy financing, and ANC inspects every job to assure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aecoop.org for application, contractor list, and more details. AEC, we're power with purpose.
This is Carson-Newman basketball.
Into the front court, losing her dribble, kicks it out, right wing, three from Bergstrom is up and good! As the buzzer sounds to end the first half.
On the Eagles Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse. Before the second half, we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Eagle Sports Network. Welcome back to Mossy Creek, where the score at halftime is Carson-Newman 39 and Anderson 26. Skip Roberts is our producer today. I'm Michael Wattrang. We're happy to have you along for the ride in this basketball game. It's been fun so far. Braylon Weichel has 15 and Addison Bird has 10. The 2 preseason all-conference picks for the Lady Eagles have been off and rolling here at the outset. The leading scorer, Jalen Sperlin, 7 points in the first half with 2 fouls for Anderson in that opening 20 minutes. Carson-Newman has now held a double-digit lead in each of the last 12 games. Their offense, though, trying to find a little bit more consistency. 39 first-half points, but they had just 6 in the first 5 minutes of the second before exploding for 11 down the stretch. So let's see if Carson-Newman can hold this advantage against Anderson and snap a 4-game skid to the Trojans. We start the second half with Anderson possessing the basketball. It's the man-to-man defense for Carson-Newman. Entry pass underneath, looking for Gadsden right out of the gates, and a foul is whistled on Addison Bird, who picks up her first personal foul. Anderson is trying to go inside pretty much at every pass. 22 of their 26 points came in the paint. They hit 1 3 and 1 free throw. Inbound to Sperlin on the right wing, gives it over Barry, looks underneath for Tate, and nice job by Harley Smith deflecting it over to Braylon Weichel for the steal. Carson-Newman left to right to the front court. Weichel gives Hines. Hines crossing over, step back, jumper on the way, halfway down and out, and a foul will be whistled on Carson-Newman. It'll go on Harley Smith. She was able to get the offensive glass, and Carson-Newman would have had an easy layup. But instead, the foul is whistled on Smith, her second, and the team's second. So Anderson ball coming right to left, down 13, and the black unis with the gold accents. Sperlin over to Tate, top of the key. She steps into a three-pointer and drills it. Had been 2 of 7 entering the year, or entering the game rather, on the year. She drills the three-pointer, and that snaps the 10-3 Carson-Newman scoring run. 9:13 to go in the third. Carson-Newman ahead by 10 with the ball. Weichel, top of the key. Braylon thought about a 3, crosses over, gets to the paint, ball fakes, gets to the right block, scoops in a right-hand layup off the glass. Great ball fake on a pass out to the right corner. She held on to it and made the layup. Quickly the other way goes Anderson, and Sperlin has it stripped out of her hands by Quay Hines. Carson-Newman led by 13 at halftime after leading by 7 after the first period. Can they keep expanding that lead? Inbound comes out to Taylor Hare, top of the key. Over to Tate, right-hand side. 20 to shoot for Anderson, down by 12. Barry, top of the key. She'll dribble left-hand side, bouncing it underneath for Hare. Hare spins, throws it out Sperlin. Sperlin dribbles to the right block, jump stop, pushes in a layup, plus she draws the foul on Quay Hines. Well, that's what Sperlin is able to do. Her athleticism, her burst. She's able to get into the paint and push in the layup. plus she draws the foul, and that cuts the margin to 10. She'll get a free throw here. Anderson was just 1 of 3 at the line, all from Sperlin's right hand. She misses this foul shot, but Tate collects the offensive rebound. Gives it back out Sperlin. Throws it underneath, looking for Hare, and a foul is going to be whistled on Carson-Newman. They had the steal. Instead, it's Taylor's 3rd personal foul. And how about this? 90 seconds into the period, Anderson is going to be in the bonus the rest of the period. Carson-Newman has committed 4 fouls already in the first 90 seconds. Pierce will replace Lindsey Taylor in Carson-Newman's lineup. 8:33 to go in the third, 41-31. Carson-Newman on top. Inbound to Tate on the left elbow. And now we get a whistle. And the shot clock should reset to 24 seconds. 8.5 to go. And Barry will inbound it again. Probably go the same direction, and she does, to Tate left elbow. Tate squares up, gives it over to Barry left wing. Barry dribbles to her left-hand side, throws it to Gadsden right wing, and now we get a whistle and a 3-second violation. Whistled underneath on Taylor Hare. And a turnover for Anderson. Carson-Newman has the basketball, ahead by 10. Lady Eagles will cross the timeline and hand it off. Running the weave, top of the key. Left-hand side, it goes Smith. She dribbles left, gets to the left block, blew right past Tate, and is able to use the left hand to flick it in off the glass. 43-31, Carson-Newman on top. Anderson looking to press the tempo. Barry gets it left-hand side, throws it underneath. Hare catches amongst a couple different defenders and is able to use a right-hand hook shot that uses a lot of the rim before dropping in. 43-33. Carson-Newman on top. Two sides trading blows. Bird, left elbow, 3. She drills it. Addison Bird is feeling it in this game. Her 3rd three-pointer of the game. Sperlin the other way is able to flick in an off-balance runner in the paint with a right hand. 46-35. Carson-Newman on top. 7.5 to go in the third. Hines to the paint. Kicks it over to the right block. Pierce misses a layup. Offensive rebound. Smith. She saves it inbounds. It nearly hit Sperlin's head. But fortunately for Carson-Newman, Bird was able to pick it up. Smith has it. Gets a running start. Gives it back out. Bird. She has had a great game. Gets to the paint. Left-handed layup is blocked. It's saved back inbounds. Body's hitting the deck. And it's Barry for Anderson in the right spot to pick up the basketball. 46-35. Carson-Newman leads. Anderson with the ball. 7 minutes to go in the third. Barry gives to Gadsden left wing. Lobs underneath for Hare. Hare back to the basket. Right-hand hook shots up and in again. Pierce was in the paint. Just couldn't get the hand up. And then a steal from Gadsden. Anderson has all of the energy right now out of halftime. Gadsden dribbling on the baseline. She gets stripped, and now a foul is called. And it's going to go on Quay Hines. And it comes on Quay, her second. Anderson in the bonus the rest of the way. Gadsden at the line. Smith will come out. Hines will come out. And it'll be Goforth and Wilson in for Carson-Newman. Anderson has come out with a flourish here in the second half. They are attacking the rim. They've made 5 of their first 6 shots from the field. Gadsden at the line for 2. First free throw is on the way, and it's all cords. InterDigital strives to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solution. InterDigital, laser focused on your success. Second shot from Gadsden is up, it's in, and it's a 7-point game. Anderson has basically trimmed the halftime margin in half. 13 at the break, 7 now, 6.5 to go in the third. Weichel front court, dribbles around a screen left, gives back out Pierce, top of the key. Now Weichel, left point, pulls the trigger on a 3, misses it wide right, and Barry's there for the rebound. Anderson's on a 6-0 scoring run. Sperlin getting towards the paint, picks up her dribble, finds a wide open Tate. Tate has her shot blocked by Pierce. Great timing from Sydney Pierce to use the right paw to swat it out into the front court. Weichel left wing, 3, she drains it. 20 now for Braylon. That ends a 6-0 Anderson scoring run, and it's a 10-point game. Wilson hounding Tate in the backcourt, and Anderson crossed the timeline. Carson-Newman is 7 of 11 from long range in the game. Top of the key, Hare. Hare gives over Tate right point. Pulls the trigger on a 3-pointer. Too strong. Goforth the rebound on the right elbow. Here comes Carson-Newman, running transition ahead by 10. Goforth, hands off Weichel. Wide open look, top of the key three, too strong. Rebound tapped around, Goforth picks it up, gives out Weichel right point. Weichel gets towards the paint and resets the offense with 5.5 to go in the third. Bird, top of the key, bounces it underneath, and a foul is going to come here on Taylor Hare. Good post position by Pierce, and Carson-Newman will get the ball on the baseline. 5:24 to go in the third. It's 49-39. Carson-Newman on top of the Trojans. Well, Carson-Newman in this game, 12 of 33 from inside of the arc, 7 of 12 from outside of the arc. Stark contrast from last week's win against Newberry. Goforth to inbound ahead by 10. Carson-Newman ball. Weichel dribbling along the right baseline, gets to the right block, kicks out Wilson. Left wing three up, too strong. Goforth, another offensive rebound. Taylor kicks it to the left corner. Bird wants a three-pointer. That's halfway down and out, and it's finally pulled down by Brittany Bailey of Anderson. She sprints front court, 1-on-4. Picks up her dribble, loses possession over her back, but picks it up. No defender was there. 20 on the shot clock, midway through the third in a 10-point game. Anderson and Carson-Newman, the top two teams in the league over the last few years. Barry heaves up a three, barely clangs off the rim, and the rebound to Bird of Carson-Newman. She sprints front court and hands off Wilson on the right wing. Carson-Newman ball ahead by 10. Wilson on the right-hand side of the lane, pulls up for a running floater that's off the glass and in. 51-39, Carson-Newman on top. They've weathered the storm, have the Lady Eagles. Barry off of a double screen right. Gets to the right corner and Gadsden. Right back to the freshman point guard. Throws that underneath for Hare. The all-conference pick misses a right-hand hook shot. Bird gets the rebound, and then Sperlin deflects it off of her hands out of bounds. It will be Carson-Newman basketball as we reach a pause in play. Carson-Newman's lead is 12. Anderson has come out with a flurry, but they've missed 4 straight shots from the field. 51-39. Carson-Newman on top. We'll be back in a second and here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
(51-39). Carson-Newman leads. They have the ball out of the timeout. In the all-white unis, it's Wilson on the right wing for CN. Wilson gives it to Goforth, top of the key. Now Weichel left wing. Weichel bounces underneath for Pierce. 15 to shoot. Out to the right point. Wilson a three-pointer that missed short, wide left. And the rebound into Caitlin Bailey's hands of Anderson. 12-point game. Trojans trying to snap a 2.5-minute scoring drought as Sperlin gets underneath the bucket, has it swiped out of her hands, but picked back up by Hare. Shot clock did not reset. 15 to shoot. Entry pass goes to Hare, left block. Hare, right-hand hook shot again. This one misses short, but gets her own miss after it poked off of bodies, and she's able to bank it in off the window. 51-41. Carson-Newman on top, 3:35 to go in the third. Lady Eagles trying to maintain this cushion. It was 13 at halftime. Wilson on the right wing for CN. Gets a screen left, uses it, gets into the paint. Right hand pass over to Pierce on the right block, and she kisses a layup off the glass. 4 now for Pierce. The lead's back to a dozen. 53-41. 3:10 to go in the third. Anderson ball coming right to left against man-to-man defense in the black jerseys. Barry gives to the left point, and Sperlin goes between the legs for a step-back jumper and draws a foul. Boshear's got her on the hand, and Sperlin will get to the free throw line. She's 1 of 4 at the stripe. She's got a team-high 11 in the game. So let's see if Sperlin can convert at the stripe. So Sperlin will get to the line here, and she will shoot a pair as into the ball game comes Samantha Michelle, replacing Taylor Hare. Hare in the game, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Been a fairly quiet day, but she's had a couple nice hook shots here in this period. Adjusting the clock and the score sheet, and now the officials will have a quick conversation. Stay tuned throughout this week. A busy week for Carson-Newman. They'll have Limestone here at 2 o'clock on Saturday. They travel to Liberty for an exhibition game, 2 o'clock Sunday. And then they travel to what is the reigning region champion in North Georgia next Wednesday at 3:30. So now Sperlin is ready to shoot these free throws. First one coming, and that's too strong. A reminder, fans, that the Appalachian Electric Cooperative is member-owned and service-driven. Stay tuned after the game for the AEC electrifying play of the game. Second one from Sperlin. This one drops in. It's 53-42. Carson-Newman on top. Their largest lead has been 13 against the Trojans, the two-time reigning SAC regular season champs. Weichel matriculating on the baseline, gets to the right block, scoops a layup up there. Misses short, but does draw a foul, and Michelle has picked up her 4th. And Braylon Weichel will get to the line. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists for Braylon. She's 3 of 4 at the stripe, and the reigning SAC freshman of the year will get 2. First one up there, gets a friendly roll, a lot of rim and a little bit of backboard before it goes through the cylinder. One more for Braylon, 21 points. She had 30 against this team. That was a career high last year. She makes the second foul shot. It's 55-42, matching the largest lead of the day for Carson-Newman. 2:45 to go in the third. Anderson ball down 13. Barry gives Sperlin left-hand side. Boshear's defense has been great. Sperlin gets to the paint, kicks out Barry. Over to the right-hand side, it's Bailey. Lobs underneath for Brittany Bailey. Gives it over to Michelle. Left block. Shot too strong. Whistle coming. And let's see who the foul is going to go on. They're calling it on Carson-Newman, and it's on Taylor Goforth. Looked like some pretty good box outs all told, but they call the foul on Anderson, or on Goforth rather, and it will be Brittany Bailey at the free throw line to shoot 2. 9 first half points for Brittany Bailey. She makes the first foul shot and will get 1 more. With this made shot, she would match a career high. She had 11 against Lenore Rhine 4 days ago. Second shot coming here for Brittany Bailey. Native of Guam makes the second shot, and it's an 11-point game, 55-44. 2.5 to go in the third period. Glad you're with us. Michael Watrang here at Holt Fieldhouse. Carson-Newman on top by 11. They have the ball. Boshears dribbling to the right-hand side of the lane. Right-hand flip pass out for Pierce. Gives it back out. Boshears. Right corner jumper. Missed short. Brittany Bailey with a rebound for Anderson. She sprints front court. Has herself lose her dribble. Is picked up by Sperlin of Anderson. Gives over Caitlin Bailey in the right corner. Back out Barry. 20 to shoot. 2 minutes to go in the third. Carson-Newman's on top by 11. Barry dribbles right-hand side. Hands off to Bailey, rather. Gives Michelle 10 on the shot clock now as Barry picks it up. Barry gets to the paint. Right-hand sweeping layup. She is able to split a pair of defenders and put it in with the right hand. Anderson down by 9 with 100 seconds to go in the third. Weichel in the right corner. Good hesitation dribble. Gets to the right block. Gets the layup to go. And 1 for Braylon Weichel. Caitlin Bailey picks up the foul. And Braylon went down pretty hard on the ground. I think she might have stepped on a shoe. And Becky Cate is out there to check on Carson-Newman's all-region selection. She was the only underclassman on the all-region team last year as just a freshman. And Braylon is getting tended to by Becky Cate, and certainly Carson-Newman is looking on with Braylon down 24 points in this game. Braylon has had an unbelievable game. She's already put up 2 20-point ball games, and she's getting tended to right now on the floor. And certainly if you're Carson-Newman, you hope that it's looked a lot worse originally than it is. Mike Mincy's out there to tend to her as well, and Braylon's still on the court. Well, Carson-Newman's been able to push this margin out right now. It should be 57-46 after the layup by Weichel. They'll get a free throw, and I believe unless she's somehow able to stay in this game, Lady Eagles would get somebody off the bench to take this foul shot. And she's now being helped to her feet. And it does look like she is actually walking off under her own power. And she'll walk over to the bench under her own power. And Carson-Newman will bring in Addison Bird to shoot the free throw. So we'll see if Braylon is able to maintain her position in this ball game. Certainly would be critical for the Lady Eagles to get her back out there. 24 points, and it'll be Bird with the opportunity to convert at the free throw line. Bird 2 for 2 on the season. Bounces the ball hard a few times. Right-hand shot is up. It's in, and that converts the three-point play between two players, and it's a 12-point game with 90 seconds to go in the third. Let's see if the Lady Eagles can get a stop and a bucket. Bailey, top of the key, dribbles right around a screen to the paint. Spins around, right-hand shot is up, it's in. That's a good-looking move by Caitlin Bailey, the 6-foot freshman from Elizabethton, Tennessee. Bo Shears in the front court for Carson-Newman, 70 seconds to go in the third. Seeing ahead by 10, 58-48. Bird spinning around, lost the ball. She was trying to spin to her right and flip the ball out of her hands. Sperlin to the front court, up and under move. Can't get the layup to go, but draws a foul. And it goes on Taylor Goforth. It's her second. And Carson-Newman really been foul trouble here in this period that has aided the Trojans. They're 5 of 7 at the line. And Anderson's been able to put a dent into Carson-Newman's 13-point halftime lead. Sperlin at the line for 2. First free throw is on the way. That goes home. 13 for Jalen Sperlin. And she'll get one more in a 9-point game. Certainly Anderson in this final minute trying to make this a 2-score game. Sperlin's second shot is good, but we get a lane violation on Anderson. It's on Samantha Michelle, the senior from Apex, North Carolina. 58-49, 1 minute to go. Carson-Newman with the ball, ahead by 9. Wilson front court coming left to right. Setting up the offense as she gives it to Pierce, top of the key. Lobs underneath for Bird. Bird, one dribble, kick out, go for it. 15 to shoot. Goforth gets to the paint, right-hand teardrop, up and in. Strong take by Goforth, a nice touch in the paint. And then Wilson gets a steal. On the far right sideline, she pilfered. Gives it, Bird, left corner, wide open, 3! She buries it. The energy from Wilson and the touch from Bird. And Carson-Newman's ahead by a game-high 14. 20 seconds to go in the period. Sperlin dumping underneath for Anderson. Michelle's hook shot too strong. Offensive rebound, Brittany Bailey. She misses the stick back, and then we get a whistle and a foul on Anderson. And it goes on Michelle, and I think that's her 5th. And that is Michelle's 5th personal foul. She's already come out of the game, so we don't have to have any kind of stoppage there. So Michelle's done. 5 personal fouls for her. She gets 3 rebounds. And Taylor Hare will be the one coming in. And now they're having a conversation.
That's the 5th on 12. Okay, perfect.
So they said that it was the 5th on Samantha Michelle and should just be the 4th team foul. That's what I had. You know, sometimes you're keeping track of so many different things that you allude to the official scores. Anyway, 12.6 to go. Carson-Newman will have a chance here. They've made their last 3 shots from the field. 63-49. Wilson will cross the timeline, 8 and 7. Carson-Newman with the ball, ahead by 14. Wilson, 4 and 3. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Pierce. 1 second left, not a good final possession. And it goes to show the value of Braylon Weichel. But Carson-Newman at the end of the day, after Anderson was able to sneak closer and closer and closer into striking distance, is able to up their halftime lead. It's a 14-point margin, 10 minutes to go. Can the Lady Eagles keep this thing rolling? We'll find out in just a moment. Lady Eagles on top, 63-49 on the Eagles Sports Network.
At the Cade Insurance Agency, our focus is you. At Cade Insurance, we're your local agents, real, live members of the community, only 2 blocks from Carson-Newman. We understand the importance of having the proper coverages for your vehicle, whether it be taking a drive through the Smoky Mountains or just driving around listening to your Eagles play. Our team at Cade Insurance can help you get the best coverages with the best companies at competitive prices. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today, or visit CadeInsuranceAgency.com.
AEC is a distributor for Marathon energy-efficient water heaters. We offer 30-gallon to 105-gallon tanks. Marathon water heaters are durable, lightweight, and warranted not to leak as long as you own your home. Foam insulation allows these thermal storage units to provide long-lasting temperature control. Marathon's lightweight tank is easier to maneuver and position. And the bowl-shaped tank bottom allows complete sediment drainage. AEC, we're power with purpose.
Carson-Newman 63, Anderson 49. And with 10 minutes to go in the ball game, Carson-Newman's on top by 14 points. Lady Eagles have dropped 4 straight and tightly contested contests against Anderson. Trying to start the year 2-0 and trying to hand Anderson a loss after the Trojans had won 3 straight games entering tonight. Carson-Newman ball to start the 4th. Right-hand side, it's Bo Shears in the white unis for CN. Bounce pass top of the key and Smith. Crossing over, spinning around to her left, gets to the block, kicks out Taylor. Now Wilson, crossover dribble, 17 to shoot, Wilson to the paint. Right-hand float layup, too strong, and the rebound to Brittany Bailey of Anderson. Well, that's 2 possessions you can circle that Carson-Newman failed to get points. Instead of being up by 15 or more, it's just 14. Right-hand side, Bailey tries to throw it to a cutting Barry, and it's deflected by Wilson and picked up by Bird. Here comes Carson-Newman left to right. Smith to the paint. Left-hand layups off the window and in. 11 now for Harley Smith. She's had some clutch shots in this game, and the lead is 16. 65-49, Lady Eagles leading the 2-time defending SAC regular season champs. Underneath it goes Gadsden. Right-hand hook shots up. That one goes through. And a nice move by Gadsden, who's largely been held in check, just 6 points now for the sophomore who had the game winner here last year. Bo Shears gets down the right side of the lane, picks up her dribble. Taylor now out Bird. Left point, 3-pointers up, too strong. Rebound to Bo Shears. She had it for just a second. Barry got just a piece of it, and Bo Shears couldn't collect it on the baseline. And it goes to Anderson. 65-51, Carson-Newman on top of the Trojans with 8:46 to go in the game. Anderson lost 2 of its big stars, 2-time first-team All-American and 2-time SAC Player of the Year, Lexi Mollenhauer, nearly 2,000 points in her career, graduated abruptly at the end of last year. Right-hand side, Gadsden, 15 seconds to shoot. Gadsden gives it out, Barry, 12 and 11 to go. Barry still dribbling down the right side of the lane, gets to the right block and gets the layup to go through. That's the second time that she has beaten a double team. She averages 3.5 a game. She has 4 in this one. 65-53, 8:10 to go in the game. Underneath Taylor. Taylor not looking to score, gives it over to Bird. Pull-up jump shot from the left baseline, missed it too strong, and then Taylor picks up her 4th personal foul. Well, Taylor had 12 and 9 in her first game in a Carson-Newman uniform. She has not scored in this one. And Braylon Weichel, much to the satisfaction of Carson-Newman, is back on the floor with her 24 points. 65-53, 2 minutes into the 4th. Barry gives it over to Jemiah Cutter. Pulls up for a free throw line jumper, too strong. Rebound to Harley Smith. Here comes Carson-Newman, left to right, sprinting front court. Smith still with the ball in her possession. Ahead by 12. Gives to Taylor, now back out top for Weichel. Weichel dribbles left, stops there, looks underneath, gives Smith. Smith dribbling to her right-hand side. 15 to shoot. Weichel back to Smith. Pulls the trigger on a 3 from the top of the key that's too strong. Bird got a piece of it out of bounds. Well, Carson-Newman really stagnant in that trek down the floor. They are 1 of 5 from the field to start the period. Anderson is 2 of 3. Carson-Newman has closed quarters, however. They need to close this one to win the game. Ahead by 12, 7:20 to go in the 4th. Tate, top of the key, gives right-hand side, Gadsden. Gadsden will dribble left, sprint down the lane, gets bumped by Bird, drops it in, plus she draws the foul. Well, that's how you can let this Anderson team back into the game, by letting them get to the free throw line. They average 27 attempts per game this year, tops in the league, and they'll get their 13th opportunity here. Anderson has utilized so far a 6-0 scoring run. Carson-Newman hasn't scored in over 2 minutes. Gadsden's free throw is in. It's a 7-0 Anderson run, and it is now a 9-point game. Well, the fourth quarter was a nightmare last week for Carson-Newman. Trying to break out of that. Left-hand side, Smith thought about a three, dribbles to the left block, spins back, throws it for a cutting Bird to the paint. Right-hand teardrop, rolls all the way around the rim and drops off the left-hand side. Here come the Trojans. Gadsden left baseline to the paint, gets shoved to the ground, and she'll get back to the free throw line. Well, Anderson, as I mentioned, these two programs are extremely, extremely used to winning ball games. And this Trojan side does not want to go down without a fight. And after Carson-Newman opened up a 16-point lead, Gadsden at the line, missing the first foul shot. She gets another to try to make it an 8-0 scoring run. And after Carson-Newman scored the first 2 points, Gadsden to get one more. Bends the knees, right-hand shot is up there. It's in. It's an 8-0 run for Anderson. And an 8-point game, 65-57, 6:40 to go. Weichel across the timeline. They need her to carry this group down the stretch. Gets a screen from Taylor. He's thought about a three, now pulls the trigger. Off the right-hand side, Taylor an offensive rebound. She gets fouled, and she'll get to the free throw line. And for Anderson, that is not a bad foul. Taylor has not been good at the line. She's 0 for 4 in this game, and she's 2 of 11 on the year. So Taylor at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw is up. That's no good. Well, Lindsey Taylor, if she could make some free throws, she'd be unstoppable. But so far, 0 for 5 in this game. Second free throw is up. She gets that one to go. Maybe that'll get some confidence going on her first point of the game. It ends an 8-0 Anderson run. 66-57 with 6.5 to go. So 6:27 left in the ball game, 66-57. Carson-Newman leading Anderson. Lady Eagles have averaged 92 points per game at home in the last 4 years. As Barry crosses the timeline for the Trojans. Gadsden has it. Hands off to Cutter. Cutter thought about a jumper, steps back after one dribble for a three that's no good. Rebound picked up by Smith. Smith had numbers for it, didn't pass it to anybody. Now gives it forward for Boshiers, and she's on the baseline. Carson-Newman had 4 on nobody at the very beginning of that, but Smith just didn't pass it forward in time. Boshiers couldn't handle the pass, and here comes Anderson down 9. 66-57, 6 minutes to go. Gadsden right wing, dribbles right, behind the back dribble, gives it out to Barry. Barry dribbles left, hesitating, giving it left-hand side Cutter. Underneath for Hare. Hare throws it to a cutting Tate, who misses the layup on the right block. And Carson-Newman, ahead by 9, has the ball with 5:40 to go. 66-57, 5:40 left. Weichel hands off to Boshiers. To Bird, now left wing, and Smith. Top of the key, Taylor. Taylor looking around, still looking around, and handing off Weichel. Weichel dribbles to the left wing. 8 to shoot for Carson-Newman. Boshiers has it, gives it out Smith, 5 and 4. Pull up three-pointer on the way, no good. Offensive rebound, Lindsey Taylor. And she puts up a left-hand shot that's too strong. Rebound into the hands of Taylor Hare. Here comes Cutter down the left side of the lane. Cutter puts in a left-hand layup, and it's a 7-point game. 66-59 with 5 minutes to go. Carson-Newman utilizes a timeout, and we'll step out for a break as well. 66-59. Carson-Newman will look for an answer coming out of the break. Lady Eagles ahead by 7 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
My name is Cadet Amber Calvillo. I'm in the 278th in the Army National Guard, and I currently go to Carson-Newman. I joined the Tennessee Army National Guard for the experience mainly, so I can say that I'm a part of something totally bigger than myself.
text 278-ACR to 70000 to join the Tennessee Army National Guard.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Carson-Newman made the first shot of the fourth quarter. It was a Harley Smith layup in transition. Since then, Anderson has scored 10 of the last 11. Carson-Newman has missed its last 7 shots from the field. No field goals in the last 4.5 minutes. 4:58 to go in the game. And an upstart Anderson team, after a sluggish first half, has the momentum. Down 7. Carson-Newman ball, however, trying to end this run. Smith down the left side of the lane, gets to the left block and pushes in the layup. So that ends that little drought for Carson-Newman of 7 straight missed shots. And it's Harley Smith that's trusted to get points number 12 and 13 for her. 4:40 to go in the game, seeing ahead 9. Throw underneath, looking for Gadsden, and a foul will be whistled on Addison Bird. And Bird has picked up her 4th personal foul. And that brings us to our final stop in the action. 4:37 to go. Carson-Newman 68, Anderson 59. As you know, these two teams have played some great games over the years. Stick with us to see how this one comes to an end on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. Shopseeandeagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at shopseeandeagles.com. Visit today.
Carson-Newman leads Anderson 68-59, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak to the Trojans. And with 4:37 to go in the game, it'll be Anderson ball on the baseline. Barry will fire it in for the all-black uniformed Trojans. And we get a whistle, and we get a foul, and it's on Harley Smith. And there are a lot of fans in this gym that did not see that call coming. And Mike Mincy is not happy either, but it gives Alexis Tate foul shots. Tate has not been to the line yet this season. So the senior from Auburn, Alabama will get 2 in a 9-point game. First free throw is up. That's no good. These two teams have been dreadful at the line in this game. Carson-Newman's 8 of 16. Anderson is now 9 of 16. Tate to get one more. Puts the shot up there. That's short. Offensive rebound, no Cutter. 6 to back up, misses it, and Carson-Newman gets a break. On the right baseline, Cutter had a chance, but it's rebounded by Smith. 7th rebound for Harley. 68-59, Carson-Newman on top. Weichel getting to the right block, puts a shot up, doesn't get it to go, but does draw the foul on Ashley Berry, her first and the team's second. And Braylon Weichel is back at the free throw line, looking to expand upon a 24-point night. Her career high is 30. She did that here 10 months ago. Her first free throw is too strong as she misses her 2nd free throw of the game. Her 4th of the season. And Weichel will get one more shot. Lady Eagles have to convert down the stretch now. 4:22 to go in a 9-point game. Weichel bending the knees, putting the shot up, putting it in. All courts. 25 now for the sophomore. And it's a 69-59 lead with 4:20 to go in the game. Anderson ball down 10. Gadsden right wing. Goes to her left. Goforth on her. Kicks it out. Tate, right wing 3. That's way off. And a good rebound by Pierce, considering it didn't draw any iron, and she was able to react to it in time. 4 minutes to go. Carson-Newman 69, Anderson 59. Lady Eagles with the ball. Wilson right wing. Nearly had it stripped, and indeed it was stripped, and then a foul on Abby Wilson. Well, Cutter just stuck that paw out there, got all ball, and then tracked it down with that speed. And Carson-Newman turns it over for the 10th time in the game. And Anderson will get free throws in the form of Cutter. 1 of 2 at the line on the year in her first shots in this game. Brittany Bailey is in, replacing Alexis Tate. 3:54 left in a 10-point ball game. So now they're saying that instead of it being a defensive foul, there was never a change of possession. Thus, it is a player control foul, and it is no foul shots for Anderson. And Jonathan Barbary is arguing that Cutter had possession of the ball and that Wilson went over her back to commit the foul. And he does not win that argument. So instead of 2 shots for Cutter, it's Anderson ball. Let's see if that impacts anything here. So instead of the 2 freebies, which have not been freebies for either side in this game, they get possession. Gadsden left wing, steps into a 3-pointer off of a dribble, misses it badly, and then a foul on Anderson. So it's on Barry, and it's the team's 3rd. Well, that was not a good look by Gadsden. She's missed all of her 3-point attempts, and she's 3 of 4 inside of the arc. Weichel crossing the timeline with 3:40 to go. CN 69, Anderson 59. Wilson handing it off Goforth. Carson-Newman running the weave. Goforth on the left elbow, nearly lost her dribble, picks it up, hands it back to Wilson. 15 to shoot for a Carson-Newman team that's ahead by 10. Wilson to her left, 10 to shoot now. Wilson crossing over, getting down the right side of the lane. Right-hand layup's no good. Offensive rebound, Sydney Pierce. 1 dribble to her left, and she sticks it in off the glass. 6 for Sydney Pierce, and it's a 12-point game with 3:10 to go. Cutter to the front court, nearly lost her dribble, picks it back up, tries to pass it in. It's deflected around and picked up by Weichel. 3-on-2 the other way. Weichel down the right side of the lane. Right-hand layups off the glass and in. 27 for the sophomore. And Carson-Newman's on top, 73-59 with 2:50 to go in the game. And I think Weichel's cramping again. Barry has it, gives it out top, Brittany Bailey. That should have been a travel, and indeed it is. Traveling violation on Brittany Bailey, and with 2:43 to go in the game, it's a 14-point contest. And a timeout is called for by Anderson. And with Carson-Newman on top by 14, it'll be a timeout here on the floor. Well, it's been a very entertaining game. Anderson scored 6 of the first 8 of the game. They held a lead for a good chunk of time. But after that, just couldn't quite get a hold of anything, as Carson-Newman's been able to take that lead and stretch it out throughout the contest. The 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment would like to thank Carson-Newman University and its community for its support. As a partner with Carson-Newman, the 278th ACR will provide you with the chance to achieve your educational goals, earn a paycheck, and much more. The 278th ACR invites you to be a leader while serving our community, our state, and our country. Come ride with the Tennessee Cavalry. Text 278-ACR to 70,000. 2:43 left in the ball game. Carson-Newman has led for pretty much the duration. They are currently on a 7-0 scoring run to take a 73-59 lead. This game has been dispersed with scoring runs of 6-0 or greater. This is the 7th run between these two teams for either side of 6-0 or greater. And Weichel has to take a break, fighting those cramps, and it's Abby Wilson running the show in a 14-point game with 2:37 left. Abby Wilson to set it up with 20 on the shot clock. Dribbles left, hands off Boshears. Boshears hands off Smith. Down the left side of the lane she goes. She gets shut down. Dribbles it back out to her right, gives Pierce. Now Boshears, 10 to shoot. Boshears to her left, 8 and 7 to shoot. Gives to Goforth. Who wants to score? Goforth dumps it underneath, looking for Pierce, and it's a turnover. Taylor Hare on the overplay takes it away. 2:10 to go in the game. 73-59. Caitlin Bailey, right side of the lane, gets shut down. Kicks out Hare. Extra pass. Barry, a top of the key three. That's too strong. Offensive rebound. Brittany Bailey puts it back up off the glass and in. 12-point game, just under 2 minutes to go. 73-61, 150 left in the ball game. Lady Eagles with work left to do. And a very youthful group on the floor. Bo Shears, the sophomore, to a junior and go forth. Now Smith, the sophomore. Pierce, top of the key. 10 to shoot, 1:37 to go in the game. Pass goes to Smith, 8 and 7. Handoff Bo Shears, 6 and 5. Bo Shears, left to right crossover to the paint. Right-hand runner, too strong. Hare the rebound. 1:26 to go in the game. Here comes Anderson. Bailey crosses the timeline and hands it off to Barry. Weichel and Bird are at the scorer's table ready to check back in at the next stoppage. 1:13 to go in a 12-point game. Barry around a screen right to the right block. Heaves up a layup, misses it. Pierce with a rebound for Carson-Newman, and then she draws the foul. Not quite bonus time yet for Carson-Newman, just the fourth team foul as Barry picks up her third. And that gives Carson-Newman the chance to give Weichel and Bird back into the ball game. And it'll be Carson-Newman ball on the baseline. So Bird and Weichel are in. Goforth and Wilson are out. And interesting that he keeps in Sydney Pierce in potentially a fouling situation for Anderson. It's a 12-point game. And with 67 seconds left to go, if you play out the full game clock here, if you're Carson-Newman, you can almost put this game away. Inbound to Weichel. Weichel will cross over the timeline with 1 minute to go in the ball game. 20 on the shot clock. So Weichel gets a chance to exhaust the clock. Bounce pass to Bo Shears in the right corner. Gives it over to the top of the key in Smith. Now left wing Weichel. 50 seconds to go. Weichel spinning around, getting into the paint to the right block. Right-hand shot off the glass and in. 29 for Braylon Weichel, and the lead is 14. Here comes Anderson, down 14. Gadsden to the paint, misses a layup, rebound Pierce. 36 seconds to go, and that should pretty much do it. 8-second differential shot to game clock. Carson-Newman will beat Anderson and snap a 4-game skid. 13 to shoot. Weichel still with it between the rings. 10 to now 9. Dribbling right-hand side. Gets all the way to the right block. Bounces it out. Bo Shears. Left wing three. Too strong. Rebound loose, and it's Hare that picks it up, and a foul is whistled on Addison Bird, and that is Bird's 5th personal foul. And it sends Taylor Hare to the line. Carson-Newman goes 8 of 21 from deep. They make 41% from the field. And in a game in which they led by as many as 16 and led for all but 4 minutes of the contest, the Lady Eagles are in control and seconds away from clinching the victory. Hare at the line. She has 10 points, one of 4 players in double figures. First free throw on the way from Taylor Hare, and she puts it in, and she'll get another opportunity. Both sides are in the 50 percentile right now in terms of free throw conversion. Second shot from Hare is up, and that one is too strong. Rebound to Wilson, 6 seconds to go. Lady Eagles can play this one out, and Carson-Newman will cap it. Lady Eagles lead by double figures much of the final 30 minutes of basketball, and the Lady Eagles cap the victory. The final score in the ball game, Carson-Newman 75 and Anderson 62. Lady Eagles pick up the win, and they do a great job all told as Braylon Weichel leads the way with 29. She explodes for the second most points of her career, and the Lady Eagles pick up the victory here today. 72-62, the final score here at Holt Fieldhouse. We'll have interviews coming up with Mike Mincy. We'll talk to a player as well, and we'll have the entire Domino's post-game report coming up here in just a second. So we're getting set up here after Carson-Newman's 13-point win. And now we're joined by Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy after this victory as the Lady Eagles win it by 13 points. And Coach, Anderson scored 6 of the first 8 points. Then you guys were able to come back, kind of seize control of the game. It felt like you capped quarters really strong in this game. Why was your team so efficient down the stretch in every quarter throughout the game?
Well, one thing that Anderson has done really well this year is gotten to the free throw line. They've driven it to the rim because they're very athletic, have good athletic guards. We did a really good job in the first half, only putting them at the free throw line, I think 3 times. I believe that was the right stat, 3 times. And then, rebounding-wise, they've always been a great rebounding team, particularly on the offensive end, and we out-rebound them in the first half, did out-rebound them from an offensive perspective. So I just think keeping them off the free throw line in the first half and our rebounding and our half-court defense was good. We didn't press a lick all game, which goes against what we normally do. So they bought into the game plan, and I'm proud of how a lot of players stepped up tonight.
Last week, Newberry was able to out-rebound you pretty much the entire second through fourth quarter periods. You out-rebound an Anderson team that is a very strong rebounding unit by 5. What do you think of your team's effort on the glass?
Well, when we came out of the Newberry game, we were at a -9, and we had to look at that all week until we got to play again, that, getting 31 rebounds is not going to win you very many games. And we challenged them, that if you don't box Anderson out, they'll kill you on the glass. And if you don't rebound well and just be tough about it, because they're very physical, very athletic, and it would be something that if we don't do a good job in that statistical category, that we're not going to come out of here as a winner. So to hear that we out-rebounded that team by 5, I'm very proud of our team.
After last week, you wanted to have a better shooting performance. You make 8 3-pointers in this ball game. Braylon hits 3. Addison Bird hits 4. What was the key to setting up some good looks from 3?
We had looks against Newberry. We just didn't cash in on them. And we had talked about we're going to hit more threes than 4 a game. I mean, that was just a one-game deal, and to come in again, they're a good defensive team too. But not a lot of those shots weren't just wide open. I mean, I think Bird had a couple, but you're talking about kids when you talk about Bird and Braylon that can make shots with somebody guarding them or have a hand in their face. And certainly glad that they do that, because when we can start having that inside-out game, I think we can be a pretty decent team.
Let's talk about Braylon Weichel for a second. Looked like she was dealing with a couple different health-related issues, but 29 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. In crunch time, she came up clutch. What can you say about her effort?
She's from South Green, man. She's tough as nails. When she went down there, we were just glad it was a cramp. I had no doubt that she would come back in the game and actually make some big plays for us after the first cramp, and then came with. But a kid like that, you just know that she's putting in extra time. Probably needs to get a few more fluids in her before we play, but she's just a warrior, man, and stepped up when we needed her to. And when you're playing through injuries like that and cramps, even I wasn't going to put her in there the second time. She's like, I'm good, I can do it. And we got just enough out of her, and then finally got her out of the game with about 7 seconds left.
Skylar Boshiers hadn't played meaningful minutes in a basketball game in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
4 rebounds in this game. She gets 3 points, a couple assists, played great defense.
Yeah.
What can you say about her effort?
Well, she's been scoring really well in practice, one of our better scorers, actually, and that will come. When you haven't played basketball as long as she has, I'm sure there was a little bit of nerves there and all that kind of stuff, but her defense, her length, and her ability to move and play defense was really key tonight, especially against some of their guards, and I thought she did a pretty good job of staying in front of some really good athletic guards, so that that's going to spell good things for the future for her.
Of everything that has happened so far this season, and it feels like we've been in the season for a month and a half, and you've only played 2 games.
Yeah.
To beat a champion like Anderson in this manner, not only to win by 13, but to basically hold a double-digit lead every time that they had a punch.
Yeah.
You punched right back. How important is that for you as a coach to see that this early in the year?
Well, to see us rebound from the Newberry game, I thought we had opportunities in the Newberry game to stretch our lead out. We all know what happened in the fourth quarter. We went 9 minutes without scoring and still won the game by 9. But, Anderson has been, as you put in your article, they've been the best team in our league. They won the league two times in a row here in back-to-back years. And we like playing them because they're good. They're well coached. They've always got good players. They're like us. They lost an All-American from last year, which changes our dynamic, changes theirs a little bit. But anytime we can get a win against them, it's obviously very good. And they had a 4-game winning streak against us, so it's nice to actually break that winning streak and be on the winning end.
Coach, thanks for the time. Look forward to talking to you before Saturday.
All right, thank you, Michael.
It's Carson-Newman coach Mike Mincy. So that's Mike Mincy talking about the victory here today, 75-62. Carson-Newman gets the win over the Anderson Trojans. Domino's postgame report coming up shortly. We'll talk to Addison Bird about the team's performance here tonight. Lady Eagles defeat the Trojans. Final score, 75-62 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
If you're looking for official Eagle merchandise, look no further than the Carson-Newman Bookstore. With a large selection of Carson-Newman gifts and apparel, you're sure to find something to please the entire family. From stuffed eagles to towel sets, sweatshirts, shorts, hats, and slippers, we literally have you covered from head to toe. We have just the item you're looking for no matter what the season. So whether you're an Eagle student, parent, alumni, or fan, shop us for everything orange and blue. Call 865-471-3539 for more information and store hours. We'll see you at the Carson-Newman Bookstore.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
The game's over, but we're just getting warmed up. The Domino's post-game report starts in 60 seconds on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
This is the Domino's postgame report on the Eagles Sports Network. Stats, a conversation with Mike Mincy, and socially distanced player interviews are all headed your way. Today's game is brought to you in part by Appalachian Electric Cooperative, powering the Eagles, and Mossy Creek, we're power with purpose. By Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles. By the Eagle Club, the family of Eagles. By Pepsi, that's what I like. By Magaha Electric, providing quality electrical services and products to East Tennessee for more than 40 years. By InterDigital, IT support and marketing laser focused on your success. By the Bible Insurance Agency, the agency that service built. By the Carson-Newman Chick-fil-A, Jefferson City eats more chicken. By Lisa's Country Kitchen, the best food for the best prices. By the Kate Insurance Agency, insuring your future since 1959. By the Tennessee National Guard, a generation of volunteers. And by ShopCNEagles.com, the official online store of the Carson-Newman Eagles. Now, back to the voice of the Lady Eagles, Michael Watran.
Welcome back to Mossy Creek for the final score tonight. It's Carson-Newman 75 and the Anderson Trojans 62. Lady Eagles pick up the win against the Trojans, and Carson-Newman can end that 4-game skid against Anderson in a rare double-digit differential. In fact, to find the last time that a game was decided by double figures between these two sides, you got to go back to the second meeting of 2018, that Elite Eight season for Carson-Newman, when Carson-Newman beat Anderson by 38 in this gym, 99-61. And of course, that Carson-Newman team was electric offensively, and tonight they showed some signs of electricity offensively in this game. As we take a look at the final stats in this ball game, brought to you by the Kate Insurance Agency. Kate Insurance Agency is one of the oldest and most experienced in the Lakeway region. Visit CateInsuranceAgency.com or call 4-7, 533-91 for a quote today. Final stats for Carson-Newman in this game, 29 of 70 from the floor. That's good for 41%. Lady Eagles, 8 of 21 from three-point range, 38%. They do, however, go just 9 of 18 from inside from the free throw line, rather. Very uncharacteristic for the Lady Eagles to produce a showing of that kind. Lady Eagles do get 29 points from Braylon Weichel, nearly a career high for her. She had 30 in this gym against the Trojans last year. She goes 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple steals for Braylon as well in this game. One of 3 double-figure scores for the Lady Eagles in the contest. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals for Addison Bird. 13.7 rebounds for Harley Smith as she goes 6 of 10 from the field. Otherwise, it was a lot of very good workmanlike efforts from the Lady Eagles roster in this ball game. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 blocks off the bench for Sydney Pierce. Very nice showing for her in this game. 3 points from Skylar Boshears, but she stuffs the stat sheet otherwise. 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. Abby Wilson had 2 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Quay Hines had 2 points and 4 rebounds. Lindsay Taylor picked up 5 boards and a block. She had just 1 point, however, in the ball game. And Taylor Goforth, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And for Carson-Newman, I think Mike Mincy kind of touched on it there. For this team to be successful, a little bit of a different look, and to just show some of that talent and some of that skill that they have, and to use that depth to their favor, and it works here today. On the other side for Anderson, 25 of 62 from the floor, 40%. 2 of 14 from three-point range, 14% from three-point range. 10 of 19 from the free throw line, 53%. This was not very good effort, all told, for either side at the free throw line. And you know both of these teams will head right to the stripe when they get back to practice, whenever that may be, in their respective gyms to try to get things dialed up and get them right. Anderson led in scoring by their leading scorer, Jalen Sperlin, 13 points, but she played just 24 minutes. Brittany Bailey off the bench, a career-high 13 points. She added 8 rebounds as well. 10 points for Mackenzie Gatson, 11.6 rebounds for Taylor Hare. Ashley Berry, who had a very Madison Baggett-style stat line tonight, played all 40 minutes, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the freshman for Anderson. 5 points from Alexis Tate, 4 points from Caitlin Bailey, and Jemiah Cutter dropped a deuce on the court tonight. Carson-Newman wins this game by 13. They also out-rebound Anderson. Anderson came into this game +5 on the glass in the game, and Carson-Newman 43-38 leaders in that category. 14 offensive rebounds for Carson-Newman. 4 different players had at least 2 offensive rebounds in the game. Lady Eagles had 13 assists, 10 steals, and 6 blocks. Anderson on the other side had 11 assists, 8 steals, and 3 blocks. Anderson 46-38 leaders points in the paint, 19-13 bench points. Carson-Newman with a 23-15 lead in points off turnovers, 12-10 second chance points, and 21-10 fast break points. Lead changed hands 3 times. All of that came in the very early going of the basketball game, and Carson-Newman led for just over 36 minutes in front of a crowd of 50 people here at Holt Fieldhouse. So Carson-Newman picks up the victory, and the Lady Eagles are now 2-0 to begin the season, and will play Limestone here on Saturday at 2 p.m. in game number 3 of the season. Time now for today's AEC electrifying play of the game, and in a tight nip-and-tuck ball game early, Lady Eagles led by just 1 when Braylon Weichel stepped to center stage to show off her shooting skill. For a 2-for-1 possession. Wilson on the right-hand side will dribble back left hand off Weichel. She steps in. That is a deep 3. She drills it. That was from way out there, 5 feet beyond the arc. And Carson-Newman for a 2-for-1 possession. So you hear the shooting stroke and the shooting majesty of Braylon Weichel. That was a deep shot. You'll be able to see that all over social media for us on @CNAthletics on Twitter and the Instagrams as well. Please follow us for all the latest highlights on those two platforms. So Carson-Newman gets the victory. We'll talk to Addison Bird about her effort here, the senior, and the all-conference selection, the two-time all-conference selection. We'll break down this contest, and we'll chat much more about this Carson-Newman victory that shows a final score of 75-62 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Building a new home? AEC can help. Build an all-electric home with an electric heat pump, an electric water heater, an electric range, and an electric washer and dryer. AEC's certified energy inspector will provide expert advice during construction and a complete home inspection upon finish. Before the drywall is in place, call AEC at 865-719-8322. AEC. We're power with purpose.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931. More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when the Domino's postgame report continues on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Welcome back to Holt Fieldhouse on a winning night. Carson-Newman takes down the Anderson Trojans by a final score of 75-62. We're now joined by senior Addison Bird after the victory. Addison with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals in 30 minutes of action. And Addison, looked like you came out pretty aggressive tonight. What was your mindset entering the game?
Not to like overshoot it, like just stay in my position, play my game, not to like force stuff, try to get inside looks because I knew they're going to be athletic and stuff. So the more that we go inside, better chance of me having an outside shot. So I just wanted to stay in my game and do my part.
Anderson scored 6 of the game's first 8 points, and obviously there had been a lot of big fights between you two over the last couple seasons. What keyed a solid 10-0 run after their early jaunt?
Well, Coach said that they're going to be real hype, ready to play us, and they're going to be aggressive the first 3 minutes. But if they get like a 6-point lead on us, just to stay with it, all their hype will go down, and then they won't be able to keep up with us, and we'll go on our little run. And then we did.
It felt like that was kind of the key to the entire night because you guys were able to get a lead out to maybe 12 or 13, and then, boom, they get it right back to maybe 8 or 10. Why were you guys as a team able to stay together and make sure that those runs didn't cut it to 5 or 4?
Yeah, Coach Mincy told us to just keep our composure. They're going to get those little runs. They're going to try to drive and get to the free throw lines because they can't shoot outside. So if they do that, just collect the rebound if they miss it, hold it, bring it down. Let's get a good look in the inside or outside game. And just keep your composure because our shots were going to fall, and obviously we had a 12-point lead, so we would get it back eventually.
Anderson is a great rebounding team. You guys out-rebounded by 5 tonight, and you do it with a lot of different players. 6 different players, 7 different players had at least 4 rebounds. What was the mentality and the mindset coming into today knowing that it needed to be a group effort?
Well, Coach said they always get a lot of second chance points. Besides free throw lines, that's where they get most of their shots. So, and they had 2 athletic bigs, so he was like really emphasized on boxing out because they can't shoot outside shots. Their first shot selection is not very good, but their second is putback. So he was like, you just need to box out, maybe they'll call over the back, get them in foul trouble. And Harley did a really good job for us getting those boards, as well as Sid. I was really proud of them.
What can you say about not just Braylon Weichel's tenacity to come back out there after a couple injuries, but to see players like Abby Wilson and Taylor Goforth step up in clutch time?
It's just their time. They've been waiting for their time. They've been working hard in the preseason, and I'm excited for them to show what they can do because I know what they can do during practice. But, now that Coach Mincy has more confidence in them and they have more confidence in themselves, I'm excited to see what they can do this season for us.
Obviously, nothing's guaranteed, but you should play 3 games over the next week. What's the team's mindset coming out of this game to get ready for Limestone Saturday?
Rest, rest our mentality, get Bray rested, make sure she stays hydrated because we're going to need her, But, yeah, just stay in the gym, do what we do, stay mentally ready for the next 2 games.
Addison, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That's Addison Bird after Carson-Newman takes down Anderson by a final score of 75-62. So Carson-Newman wins the ball game by 13 points. As I mentioned earlier, there are no other live games currently going on. There are a total of 3 games in action today. Western Carolina beat Newberry 63-44. Courtney Virgo's 15 points and 9 rebounds, not enough for the Wolves to stay within striking distance of Western Carolina. And 17 rebounds from Maddie Sutton and 4 players in double figures leads the way for Tusculum in a 70-46 win over the Saints of Limestone on the women's side. On the men's side, it's Radford 98 and Mars Hill 50 in a rout for Radford in that contest. And that puts a bow on the scoreboard around the rest of the league. The men's side is ravaged by coronavirus tests. The women's side, at least at this point, still some teams able to get some games in as we hit the stretch run here prior to Christmas break. Lady Eagles are set to tip it off once again. They'll be back in action on Saturday. 2 o'clock is the opening tap as Carson-Newman takes on the Saints of Limestone. We're on the air at 1:45 with the AEC countdown to tip-off. Glad you spent some time with us here today on this Wednesday night. Hope to talk to you again on Saturday. Braylon Weichel scores 29, Addison Bird with 17, Harley Smith with 13, and Carson-Newman topples Anderson to snap a 4-game losing streak to the Trojans. The final score, Carson-Newman 75, Anderson 62.